My first encounter with Ken Howard came in the summer of 1962 when we received our freshman photo books of who was going to be in our class. And, you know, I get this book in the summer, and I'm nervous as hell. I'm going to Amherst, what do I know? You know, right away I'm thinking I'm in way over my head, so I get the book, and I'm looking in there, and, you know, I see all these guys, all these smart-looking guys, you could almost say nerdy, but anyway. And I'm going in, you know, there's Dana Gordon, and, you know, Mickey Green, and all these good people. So I come to the H's. At the bottom of page 11, I look at this guy, Kenneth Joseph Howard, Jr., 17 Bourndale Road South, Manhasset, New York, Manhasset High School. I look at the guy and say, my God, who is this? This guy could be a movie star. Who knows? You know. So anyway, I'm in there, and we get there the first day, and sure enough, he stands out. He's 6'6". Good athlete. Rumors start coming that he won the New York State 220 championship in a time like 23 seconds or something, which was not true, by the way. But we know he's a basketball player. You meet him, he's smart, he's funny, he's witty, he has a photographic memory and stuff. It's you know, and obviously he's been laid, you know, so he's superhuman. I mean, bigger than life is the only way you could put it on it. So you get to know him. He has one flaw, we discover. He's lazy. He's mentally lazy and stuff. If Ken likes something, then he'd get into it, and he'd know it all. He'd 24 hours, he'd just go through and get it. If he didn't like it, he'd just ignore it. And there was a lot about the Amherst core curriculum that he didn't like. So it comes spring, and I'm sure I'm going to flunk out. It's a Saturday night, and I'm down one of I don't know, the Beta Bar or the AD Bar or someplace, and Ken's there. And we're both just, you know, drunk out of our minds. At 3 o'clock in the morning, we decide we're going to get out of this place. It's too much for us. So we get down opposite Chi-Phi and Route 9, and we stick out our thumb. And of course, nobody's coming by, and those who do speed up when they see us. So Ken, I guess we decide that we need a better exit. So we go over to Chi-Phi, go in and roll up their living room rug and bring it out and lay it across Route 9 so somebody will have the proper way that we will leave Amherst forever together. And thank God the next person by was Bill Joy in his the police car. So he makes us lug the rug back, takes us back to our dorms, and, you know, but I made a friend for life in that. And that was one of the great things about Ken. For all he achieved, he was a friend, and he kept his friends on it. And the things that he did for me, probably the best example was I was at business school down at University of Virginia, now the Darden School, getting an MBA, and he was on Broadway, and I had met Ruth. And Ruth's parents, they were from New Jersey, Glen Rock, New Jersey, and the Hackensack Country Club, and, you know, her stepfather was a dentist, and Italian dentist, and in essence, I went out there and met them, and they thought it was a dirt ball. You know, it wasn't good enough for their daughter. I'd get up in the morning, go run on my old tattered Amherst stuff, and they actually said to me, would you mind coming in and out of the garage so the neighbors don't know where you come from and everything on it? So Ken calls, and he said, how's things going? He'd check in all the time. And I said, not too well. I like this girl, and, you know, parents, they have no use for me whatsoever. He says, look, I'm just in a new play on Broadway. He said, 1776. Bring him up, bring him to the play. We'll fix this all up. So I get down and I get up to him and I say to him, geez, you know, would you like to, Mr. and Mrs. Frank, would you care to come to your play? A friend of mine's in it. And, you know, we'd ask him in. So the doc, right, oh, geez, going to New York. What is this guy? Some guy will be sitting way in the back. You know, he's not going to get any good seats or anything. So, but Ruth and her mother say, oh, yes, we'd love to go. So when we go to New York, he goes in, he parks the car, and he's made reservations for some Italian restaurant where he knows the maitre d', and they go there and they love it afterwards. He's, well, at least the meal will be good. So we go in there, and I'm all nervous and everything, and geez, he gets out and he tips the kid $5, you know, that takes his car. And, you know, $5, I said, geez, I would have parked it for nothing, you know. But anyway, I go up to will call. woman says, "Oh, yes, 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 his tickets, Mr. Howard." I borrowed some money from the student loan thing they had at Virginia to pay for everything. And she said, "Oh, no, 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 these are all fine. They bring us in. We're on a box right overlooking the stage in the corner and the thing. The most beautiful seats. Ken comes out. He's fantastic, of course. The play's fantastic. He comes out for the bows in the end. He looks up the box to Ruth and her mother, throws them a kiss. Oh, my God. So, and there's a note in the things, "Come see me after the play." So we go down again. The doc says, "Well, we don't have time to stay there. We got to get up at the restaurant. I have reservations at the restaurant." Ruth and her mother will be quiet. We're going to see him. So we go back to wherever it is. Ken taking off all his makeup and everything. He says, "Okay." He says, "I'll be out with you in a minute." He said, "We're going to Sardi's." So the doc says, "Well, we can't. We have reservations uptown." He says, "What's the name of the restaurant?" So he gives him the name, some Italian name. And he says to some woman there taking care of, "Call up and tell him Dr. Frank won't make it tonight." So we go over to Sardi's. We walk in. Of course, they have the first table for the stars that are coming in there. But there's 5 of us, and there's only 4 seats at the table. So Ken looks around. Telly Savalas is sitting next to us in the next table. So he says, "Geez, we only got 4 seats here." Telly says, "Hey, oh, no, no, let me give you this seat here. I can move over. There's the seat on it." So anyway, the next morning, I'm lying in bed up in the Ruth's house, and I hear the phones going downstairs. I'm no longer a dirtball. I'm acceptable. Ken just paved of course, everything's on Ken. Nobody, the doc wants to pay. No, there's nothing of this. We were in there. So, I mean, he just, through life, we had great adventures for him. He shared a lot of stuff with us. We went to Hollywood. We went to New Orleans. We went to the Keys. We were in New York City for plays. He was always into something, always do something. And he just never could have been nicer. And he was a very, very, very good friend. And I miss him. I miss him a lot. Anyway.